leave your kids at home. Leave your kids at home. Do your two-step, get your groove on. This is feel good music, you can move on. Relax, stress-free, leave your kids at home. Leave your kids at home.
What's up? What's up? What's going on, everybody?
Guys.
So, do you like the new intro? Hey, listen, I'm putting you on the spot here, sis. I'm putting you on the spot. How's the new intro?
I love it. I was grooving over here. I was like,
Yeah, yeah. I was gonna say, yeah. You know, just that you let your inner ratchet out there, since I know that hidden ratchet, that Kentucky ratchet.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, we tweaked it just a little bit. It's a little different, a little bit longer. You know, help people get a chance to come in the room because you know when it announced that it's live, you know, it takes people time to come in and all that. But I put you on the spot. Look, I can't, you know, I can't just be like, hey, how was it? You're like, yeah.
Well, it was okay. No, I love it personally.
I'd be like, yeah, Kim couldn't be with. Too bad Kim couldn't stay. She got a plane.
She had a sudden emergency.
Exactly. Oh yeah, man. We just thought we'd mix it up a little bit there, and I'm glad you liked it. And got your beautiful face on there, along with beautiful Laura's face and Rick's hideous grill. Iguana Man, shout out to my man. Oh yeah, see, listen, you're right. You know, Rick did say it; he liked it. Laura did too. You know, listen, we had to get approval from the family. You know, I can't have a bunch of wackety out there. I can't have a bunch of wackety.
You got a reputation to uphold.
Yeah, I have a reputation to hopefully outlive. But in any event, we are here. It is Tuesday night on the Keto Cookout with your man Russell Mitchell, Homesick Buckeye. I am here with my ride or die, my girl, Nurse Kim. What's up to Nurse Kim? We'll give you to Nurse Kim. I think I like that one better. If Rick was here, we'd So no, shout out to my dude. That's my guy. But hey, man, how was your week, Kim? How's everything been since last week? What's new and exciting? Anything?
It's been good. It's been busy. I've worked 5 of the last 6 days, and now I have a couple days off, so I'm like ready to relax. What about you?
Oh, love that, man. Oh, wow. This past week has been cool. My Pop Redden is gone back to North Carolina, which was good.
That's good.
So he's recovering. So that's kind of a good thing. My family's gone and all that kind of stuff, which is a good thing for my keto life, but a bad thing for. I love my family. I love my family when they're here, and it's always good to see everybody, even though it wasn't under the best of circumstances, obviously. But so I kind of miss them. But I'm also, glad to get back to my routines. I'm a big routine person and stuff like that, So it's like as much as I love them and stuff, I'm still a little out of sorts when they're here. And of course the diet it really I make it sound worse than it is. I just snack it a little bit. You can only walk past things, for a little while. It's like I walked past that bag of chips 3 days in a row. So, hey, listen, here's an even better one. I walked past the bag of chips 3 days in a row and it wasn't open. But on the 4th day, it was open. So now it's like, oh, well, damn.
That's bad news right there.
Since it's open, I might as well have a few. So yeah, man, it's just one of those things. But I don't stress about it. I don't get down about it. I just live my life. I eat plenty of fat and protein. And again, man, boy, when I think about what my old life used to be, man, I used to eat 500 carbs a day. So to have 100 carbs in a week or something, it's nothing. Or even have 100 carbs in a day. So no, I don't stress about it. But shout out to everybody, folks, coming in there. I see you, Nancy. Good to see you, sis. My man Greg. Hey, shout out to my man Greg Wendell, my weight loss life. He did 98.6% of that intro, family. He did 98%. I shout out to him. The graphics, the new photographs, and all that stuff. That is all him. Shout out to my brother Greg. Thank you so much for everything, man. I appreciate you. As always, folks, you know, it's an interactive show. If you want to come in and hang out with us, you certainly can. You can click the link. Come on in. Tell us about your day. Come on in if you have something to plug or something you want to talk about. You want to crack a joke, whatever. Just come hang out with us. Cookout. There's a link in the chat. We'll put it out there a couple more times. Also, blood work. I had blood work this week, and I did make a video about it. And I was really happy with my blood work. And I did a weigh-in. I did a little early weigh-in. My weigh-in was normally on the 15th, but I did it a few days early because I already knew what it was going to be. I already kind of thought it was going to be what I wanted, but I was more concerned with my blood work. Okay. Your health, family, we talk about it all the time, but you can't say it enough, especially if you're new, not familiar with ketogenic life and all that. Your health is not on the scale. Your health is not in the mirror. Your health is in your blood.
Yep.
So I don't care. You can be muscle bound. You see it all the time. Big guy like me, living my best life, and some guy's 35 years old, all buff, jogging, drops dead. People don't understand why. It's in the blood. And I understand that now in a way that I didn't. Now that I've been kind of doing this and kind of helping people and just being kind of in the life, I really understand now the blood work and how it makes a difference, you know. So shout out to One Hope for All. I see you, sis. Good to see you. I saw that comment. One day she'll come on. Hey, come on if you want to come on, hang out with us. And you know, when you feel up to it, we'd love to talk to you. Love to kick it with the family. I've come to enjoy these Tuesdays. I need it for my own mental health. You know, I mean, it's just cool to come out, just hang out with everybody, see what people are doing, share things that are on my mind, have great conversations, laugh, tell some jokes. It really does help lift my spirits. Hopefully it helps lift other people's spirits too. If you have something you want to talk about, if you have a question, of course, always. I got Nurse Kim here with us. You know, she's smart. See, I don't blame you for not wanting to ask me a question. You know, I got a question for you. Why are you on my internet? Why that's what you can ask me. But about you got Nurse Kim. She's so important in health workers and people who take care of us when we're sick. They're so important, and I appreciate them so much. But the blood work, family, okay. I'll talk about that a little bit. Hey, Arlene, good to see you, sis. All of my blood work numbers were personal bests for me, and I'm really excited about that. Yeah, you got a visitor.
Yeah.
He would have clicked the link, but his computer's down right now. His computer's in the shop.
Thank you.
That's not everybody.
Yes, we have Rick, don't get any ideas, okay? You can't have my dog. Go get an iguana. This is Baby.
Yes, that's right.
Precious little baby.
Taco Bell.
And that's Lucy. That's Lucy.
Oh, you got a senior. You got a junior and a senior. You got 2 Taco Bell on. So, the things I cared most about in my blood were my HDL, triglyceride to HDL ratio, and then also my fasting insulin, my liver numbers as well. But, you know, I'd seen some improvement in those things. Also, since my last round of blood work, hydration, I started doing something different, hydrating. So I wanted to make sure my kidney numbers bounced back. And they all did. My kidney numbers bounced right back, like Dr. Hampton said they would. Shout out to Doc Hampton if he's out there. And my glucose was down to 93, fasting glucose, the lowest it's ever been. My A1C was down to 4.8, the lowest it's ever been.
Ooh, I want you to do the applause at that.
Oh, well, I save the applause for important, special people.
That's
Uh,
pretty important right there. I've never seen those numbers. That's
yeah, but it's crazy to me when I think about it. And then my kidney numbers or my liver numbers were down to 13 and 14. Originally, they were 29 and 27. They had dropped. Those are personal lows. And my fasting insulin dropped from 23 to 10.9, which is also, yeah, a personal low for me. So,
Yay.
and the moral of the story, I know I talk about it all the time, and all the judgmental types out there, you might as well hide your kids, hide your wife. But I do a lot of things wrong. Okay. I'm nuts, y'all family. Y'all know I'm crazy. I'm a special kind of crazy. All right. And I do things wrong. I've been snacking. I've been, like I said, I snack, I eat late at night. I was up last night. I didn't go to bed till like 3:30. It was like quarter to two, man. I was starving and I still had some work to do. So I went in there and got me some salmon salad and a half a chaffle. And I'm thinking to myself, man, you just need to go to bed. But I wasn't tired, but I was hungry. So, once upon a time, I would have ended up in a drive-through somewhere, you know?
Yep.
So, it's just one of those things. And so yeah, so even with all the things that I'm doing wrong, and I'm way better than I used to be. Oh my gosh, I'm so much better than I used to be. Um, but I'm still, lost some weight. My blood work is so much better. And in working with people who are literally half my size and their numbers are crazy high,
Yeah.
it kind of registered me. I was working with, I think, I can't remember who I told. I might have said it on the show before. I had a friend of mine who's literally 15 years younger than me and 200 plus pounds lighter than me, with an A1C of 6 and glucose of 99 and liver numbers in the 20s, and didn't check fasting insulin, of course, because they don't know to do that. But you already know if their liver numbers are in the high 20s, their glucose is almost 100, their A1C is 6. I mean, their fasting insulin is going to be high. Their HDL to triglyceride ratio was over 4, which we know, I mean, 2 is dangerous. I mean, and this person, if you saw them walking down the street, you'd never know, you know? Um, so in any event, yes, we did have a question. I saw that while I was talking. Is A1C CBC blood test or something else? Now you have the lipid panel. Is that your cholesterol in that? What is that? Help us out here.
The lipid panel is, yes, but the hemoglobin A1C is basically like a 3-month average of your blood sugars. That's how they get the number. And it just kind of gives an idea, because you can test your blood sugar right now and it might be 150, and you can test it in the morning and it might be 88. So it gives an average of what you've been, only it's not on the same scale. So
But I
a
think
good,
when you so is that test ordered by I don't remember. See, I go to
yeah, it's
ownyourlabs.com.
ordered.
I don't go to my doctor. I
It's
don't
by itself.
it is okay, there you go. Because I can't remember. I just check a bunch of boxes. I don't pay attention. Um, and I was gonna get one thing I didn't get that I wanted to get this time, I was disappointed, was the NMR test, which tells you about your cholesterol, what kind of cholesterol you have, the little or
Mm,
the big LDLs. Um, and they said the sample was screwy because when they took my blood, they put it in the wrong type of vial, I guess.
hmm.
Um, and the vial that they put it in has some type of reaction to it that keeps it from, it contaminates it, I guess. It's not compatible with the test. So I don't
It
know.
probably has like they have different things in the vials.
Yeah.
It may have like a thinner in it, or
Yeah.
I
That's
don't
what
know.
my friend,
Honestly, like I've never had that in NMR test, and I just don't really see a point in it for me. But I mean, if you're into that, like it might be good data to have, but I'm just, I don't know.
Just
It's not something I've
informational.
ever
I
wanted to
mean,
look into.
yeah, listening to Doctor. I think I was listening to Doctor Boz maybe. And she was talking about, there is, cholesterol overall is not a problem. It's good for us, but there is the big fluffy kind, and then there's the small. I think Dr. Mark Hyman is another person I listen to from time to time. He was like, it's the difference between like a beach ball or a golf ball. So, and it's in your, so if you've, obviously a beach ball, I can throw it at you as hard as I can. It won't hurt you. It's going to bounce right off you. But a golf ball, if I throw
Mhm.
that at you as hard as I can really hurt you. And he analogized that to the large particle and the small particle cholesterol in our blood. Like it is harmful, and if you have that type, it's of concern. But if you have the big fluffy type, it's not of concern. And also, I learned, I think, that if you have a lot of the harmful type, that it can remetabolize, your body can turn it into the fluffy type with the proper human diet over time. So I don't know. And I guess that's why there are some very rare occasions where I guess they, you know, even ketogenic doctors say that a person may benefit from a statin for a short period of time if they have a lot of that harmful small type of um, cholesterol. So I just thought it was informational. I'd be curious because my cholesterol is going up. My LDL is going up. My HDL is going up. My triglycerides are coming down just slightly. I need to exercise more.
Yeah.
But just informational. Um, not going to really change my.
Do you have to do anything special for A1C, hemoglobin A1C, or just fast overnight? Do they still have that test where they make you drink a ton of sugar water? So technically, well, you'll be fasted because you're probably going to get your cholesterol levels anyway. But technically, you don't have to fast for the A1C because it is a 3 month average. And then the test where they make you drink the sugar water, they still do that on pregnant women, and it's a glucose tolerance test. And man, that stuff's just awful. Mm. I think I would go the Nisha route on that and tell them, "Look, I will wear a continuous glucose monitor if you like, but I'm not drinking that garbage."
Yeah, no, I understand that. Yeah, A1C is something that comes down gradually over time just because of the nature of it being an average of several months. So um, it's really not because I had my that friend that I was telling you about that had the 4/4 ratio and the high all that stuff. They started, I got them on the program, told them kind of what I was doing. They started doing that, and they felt way better in just a few weeks. And they just knew that there were changes going on. Their hunger, their appetite, their energy levels, all those things were getting better. And they wanted to go get their blood taken again. And I told them, no, 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 wait at least 2 or 3 months because you're not going to see that big a difference just in 3 weeks. So Doris Carnivore, may the fat be with you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Yes. Lots
I
of
love that reference. Large, fully happy LDL stuffed animals need to be made.
yes, we love animals. They are delicious. So
And Rick says, "Don't drink the duck pond water."
yeah. Yeah, drink rainwater off your roof. Yeah, that's that's I don't know. I saw this comment here too he made before. Why would anyone in
Oh,
Florida
sorry.
be Oh no,
I
you're
was
good.
wondering how that got on there. I'm like, "Did I accidentally click on the wrong
Yeah,
one?"
and every once in a while I figure this thing out. This because everybody doesn't make iguana armpit stew. That's why. Okay, everybody doesn't want to eat iguana armpits, and yeah. duck ears. Everybody doesn't want to eat duck ears and iguana armpits. That's why people go to drive-throughs. Although I don't spend a lot of time in drive-throughs anymore, I just have them bring it to the house. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't really
That's a
enjoy
joke.
eating out anymore.
Yeah, man, it's ridiculous how much stuff costs. It
I
is
mean, I'm not
utterly
even talking
ridiculous.
about that. I'm just talking about I like my
Yeah,
food at home. I just like to cook.
yeah,
I like to eat
yeah,
what I like to eat now, you know. I'm kind of
yes,
weird.
yes. I totally agree. I totally agree. And so we can get into that. What are you guys eating these days out there? What did you eat this week, Kim? What did you make? Did you now do you cook every day or do you just kind of make a bunch
Uh,
of stuff? What do you do?
so what I like to do is I like to buy one of those big bags of grass-fed beef patties from Costco,
Mhm.
and I like to make the entire bag, and then I'll divide them out into little glass Pyrex dishes, you know, the little
Yeah,
ones that you
yeah,
can
I
take to work
know.
with you, and I'll put them in the freezer. And that way, in the morning when I get up, I'll put that, you know, or the night before, or whatever, I'll put that in my lunch container for work. And then I'll maybe scramble me some eggs. And, you know, I also cook bacon ahead of time and freeze it. That way I can just reach in there and grab, you know, a handful of pieces out. And, you know, it's good. So I've been
Yeah,
doing really good with you know, doing pretty strict carnivore lately,
good.
which I have always had the intention of going and adding some veg back in. And in my mind, I still kind of like lean towards, oh, yeah, I'm going to do that one day. But right now, I just feel better just eating the meat. It just
Yeah,
makes me feel better. So that I'm going to do what feels good, you know?
yeah, feels good. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Um, I season with vegetables. I really don't eat a lot of vegetables, and I really don't have a lot of if I'm gonna get some carbohydrates in that I shouldn't get, it ain't gonna be vegetables. I'm gonna tell you
Mhm.
most of the time. It's like if I'm out or something and I order something, let's say if I'm out with friends, I order something that comes with a side or a salad. Sometimes I'll have it, sometimes not. I don't have any vegetable at home except for the vegetables that my vegetarian family left in here. And they left a fridge. Yeah, thanks, family. Thanks if my brothers and sisters are watching. Thank you for leaving my refrigerator full of leafy vegetables and things that go stinky over time when so
Don't worry, they'll rot in no time. They'll
yeah, that's what I
you
said. Oh, they did. I
they
did.
rot quick.
Yeah, Tuesday is trash day. And so last night when I was getting my trash together, I was like, I just know there's some green thing that's stinky in there. I just know there is. I open it up, I'm like, oh, I'm like, thank you very much. So I cleared it all out and took it all out. So yeah, it's one of those things. But I season with vegetables. I like to do that. And peppers, onions, mushrooms, and stuff like that. Um, but this week I made ground beef, which is a staple. I just always have ground beef, and I cook
Yeah.
twice a week. And I cook enough to last 2 or 3 days, and so I always have ground beef, and I usually I always have either salsa or some tomato sauce in it. It's kind of how I make it and season it up. So it's kind of sort of chili like a little bit. It has kind of a chili flavor because of tomato sauce and all that.
Mhm.
But this week I made a leg of lamb, and I made it differently. Which I'm going to do a video eventually. I got a new Ninja, I think they're called Sizzles. It's an indoor grill.
The foodie?
No, the foodie is
No?
like a just a line of products. That's kind of like it's like saying I don't know Chevrolet or whatever. I guess I don't
I
know. It's
have a Ninja Foodie grill, indoor grill.
this is called a sizzle.
Oh,
It's definitely a. Does yours have a griddle attachment?
No, it has a grill, like that leaves grill marks, and then
Yeah.
it has like a little air fryer basket because it's basically an
Yeah.
air fryer.
Yeah, yeah. No, no, there's no air fryer at all to it. This is it's a uh it's basically a flat thing with it looks like a miniature gas grill. With it's got a
Hmm.
lid that folds down like a gas grill and folds up and down. And then the surface, you have two choices, and it's detachable. It's a grill with grates or a flat griddle.
Hmm.
So you can use it as a grill or a griddle. I had a Hamilton Beach indoor grill, which I liked, and I made videos with it. But this has a bigger surface and it's easier to clean, and it goes up to a higher temperature. My other one only went up to 400. This one goes up to 475, I think, so you could get a little higher heat. And I made some steaks with it. They turned out real good. It doesn't smoke. Um, and so this time I made the lamb differently. Um, if people who may have seen my old video or ever gotten the boneless legs of lamb from Costco, have you ever had one of those? You ever gotten one of those?
I don't like lamb.
Gotcha, gotcha. You don't like this lamb, I'm telling you. I think, people say
I
that,
don't
but
know. I tried it and I just it
how'd
tastes
you make it?
gamey to me. I don't
How'd you
know.
make it?
I just fried it up on the stove. I think I did some butter
Mhm.
and I don't know. It's been a
I got
while, but
Yeah, listen, some people don't like it. I mean, I
it just
understand some of
tastes
that,
like really
but,
gamey to me.
yeah, I've slow cooked it, I've slow roasted it. This time,
Mhm.
see, when you open it up, there's like a big, thick, heavy part on the one side, and the other part's a little thinner. And so I cut the thin part off, and I usually cook those differently because they cook different. So I roast the ones just like I put it on like maybe 300 degrees for like 3 hours, season it up real good, and then um, the smaller one this time I sliced it up into smaller kind of steakish kind of pieces, seasoned it up, and grilled it on my grill, and it was phenomenal. And I'm still eating it now. I like it a lot. It is definitely different. There's parts of it, and I'm gonna work on this my next time around. See you, Oaktown girl. Um, I or she said she's just leaving she's listening.
Yeah, oh, yeah, she's gonna
Uh,
continue to listen.
yeah, but basically there is some silver skin and like some of the fatty parts that I guess it's maybe cartilage and stuff in there. That's kind of tough. And I'm going to work on eliminating some of that. It's just a little parts of it because it's such a big piece of meat, but
Yeah.
I'm going to try to trim out some of that. But the roasted part turned out just great. I sliced it up. And then the ones I made like steaks, man. And I used some every year my best friend sends me Omaha steaks as a Christmas present, and they send this Omaha seasoning that I never used before, but I used it this time. I checked the label. It was pretty clean. It was very clean, really. Didn't have any seed oils, no MSG, anything like that. It had paprika, orange peel, it's a few things like that, but it was really good, and
Mhm.
I may get some more of that. Um, what do you season with, like, if you do steaks or stuff like that? Just salt?
So, lately, I've been trying to work out some health problems. I mean, not entirely problems, but I've just trying I'm just trying to get my diet down a little bit tighter right now.
Mhm.
So lately I've just been doing salt and no oil or anything, just salt. And it's been as good as when I do all the other stuff to it.
Mm.
Traditionally, I would do like a ton of garlic. I mean, just slather it all over it.
Oh, shout out to my
I would do
sister Debbie.
salt.
Listen, I call her Garlica. Yeah, yeah, she's yeah,
I
go
would
ahead.
do salt, I would do, onion powder. I mean, I
Yeah.
just would be grabbing everything every which way. But it's the meat for me that really has the good flavor, and I'm starting to realize that. And I don't know, I'm just trying to buckle down a little bit to try to like tweak some stuff and see, how it goes. And so that's my plan for now. And I've been
Yeah.
trying to keep track of things too. I've been tracking,
Early
I've
or
been
something?
tracking on my Fitness Pal,
Mm.
but I don't really love my Fitness Pal because it keeps wanting me to pay for stuff.
Oh,
So I'm trying to find a good app that I can track with, that I can track macros just to get an idea. I've never been one to track at all, but I thought, what the heck? People keep saying just track to see what's going on, to see if I want to know if I'm overeating or completely undereating. I have no clue. Like, I will think
you
I'm
don't have a clue. Are
totally,
you hungry?
listen, I'm hardly ever hungry. But this is the
Okay.
thing, is when you're used to undereating chronically, sometimes your hunger signals are just off. And I tracked today and yesterday, and I'm eating like nowhere near what I thought I was. Like, I thought I was eating way too much. But then I'll look at other people's food, that they prepare and they put on videos and stuff. And I look at it and I'm like, God, that's a lot of food. So I think that I actually need, how Bella and her group do the priming. I
Yeah.
think that I almost need to try something like that, just to sometimes your body doesn't want to let go of, especially like I could have anywhere from 20 to 50 pounds to lose, just depending on what this body looks like underneath the padding that it's got right now.
Mhm.
Um, I don't know what size my body wants to be, right? But I know I mean, I could easily lose 20 to 30 pounds. But sometimes when you
Yeah.
get down to where, you know, you you don't have all that much weight to lose, you run into problems where you kind of have to watch what you're doing a little closer. And that's what I'm
Yeah.
trying to do.
Yeah, I love that. For me, you guys, how I roll. I do not think about it that much. I'm just not there yet. I'm not
But
far
you're
enough.
losing weight though, Russ.
Yeah, but I'm not. No, no. I mean, I'm not, and I'm not criticizing. Please, I'm not criticizing at all. I'm just
Oh,
sharing
I
my
didn't say that. I was just
my view on stuff. I don't want you to think I'm like telling you you're doing something wrong or anything like that. I'm just sharing my thought on it. I'm not far enough along to worry that much about it. It's like I'm just kind of I got like so far in my path to go. So I understand people that are closer, way closer, and they just want to get that last 10, 20 pounds off, whatever the case may be, like searching for those things and working at trying to find the different things. For me, man, I don't overthink it. And I'm just sharing this too for people who maybe are just starting out or, things like that. When I'm hungry, I eat. When I'm not, I don't. And I don't worry about it. And I'll tell you this too. I am all over the place with it. Sometimes,
yeah.
man, I wake up and I'm hungry as a bear. I'm ready to eat my pillow. And then other days I wake up and I'm not hungry till 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I don't know why. I don't even care why. And the same way with how much I eat. Sometimes, man, I'll get out, a big, bowl of ground beef because I do the same thing. I have the glass dishes and all that. And I'll take some bites and I'll, eat some and I'm like, I'm done.
Yeah.
Other
Well,
times
the thing
like yesterday I ate the whole thing and I couldn't believe it, but I was hungry. So,
yeah.
and I tell you something too for me, I mean, I don't know if this is true, but it's like I embrace those kind of changes because it tells me something's going on. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like something's different. I know what my normal is, and I'm normally not ever hungry before noon. When I wake up, I'm just not hungry. So when I wake up and I'm hungry at 9 o'clock in the morning, like hungry to eat a bear hungry, I'm like, okay, something's going on here. I don't know what it is.
So so
Just
let
eat.
me fill you in on something. This is a little
Yeah.
secret that I've kind of like kept pretty close to my chest.
Okay.
I've let it out a few times, but so basically I have not lost a lot of weight. I've been doing pretty, I don't want to say strict carnivore, but I've
Mhm.
been doing carnivore with a few, vegetables mixed in here and there for 11 months now. As of the 5th of May, it'll be a year. And so I kept just like chilling out, and I'm a very laid back person, so I was like, just eat the meat, just relax and eat the meat, just chill
Yeah.
out and eat the meat. And I've been doing that, I've been consistently doing that. And if I'm nothing if not consistent about that, right? And I feel so great that I would
Yeah.
not go back. I don't care if I don't lose another
Yeah.
ounce in my entire
Right.
life. I will never go back to eating the standard American stuff. And I want to stay with meat because I feel so good. But at the same time, I'm like, okay, for my health's sake, I'm 5'2", okay? I'm not supposed to weigh 170, so
First, yeah,
if my
first of
body
all,
hasn't started turning loose of any any real amount of weight, which fat, um, I've got a little bit of reshaping going on, which tells me that I've probably gained a little bit bone and muscle mass, but it's not 11 months worth, you know what I'm saying? So I'm either under eating or I'm overeating.
okay, well, here's a questions that here's a question that I have. And again, you're the health professional, not me. I'm just the guy that does goofy things on the internet.
Mhm.
But I mean this sincerely, and I'm glad you're sharing this because I have heard it before, other places, and I haven't, experienced that yet. But I'm sure one day I probably will. A few questions I have. A, were you heavy enough that you would have loose skin? Is that a part of it? And then B,
No,
my next question would be, um, how much do you exercise and work out? And then my
I
third
don't.
question, that might be part of it, a little part of it. And then my third question was, do you know what your percentage of protein to fat is? Because I do know
That's why
that,
I'm starting to track now because I've never done that before.
yeah, because it's
And
not really about how much you eat, the way I understand it, as it is what percentage of fat to
yeah, and
protein is.
that's what I'm talking about when I say how much I eat.
Okay.
How much fat I'm eating, how much protein I'm eating. I'm obviously eating very little, if any, carbs. Today, I think it counted 1 carb,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you know?
But if
So
you're
it
eating if
just
you're eating 80/20, like I said, if you're eating chicken breast and fish and,
no,
I
never.
know you
I
don't, but
eat ribeye almost every day. So at first I thought, "That's it. I'm just eating too much freaking food. I'm just eating too much ribeye," and I'm,
but
you
is
know
it is there plenty of fat on it? Because some
Oh,
ribeyes,
yeah.
so there's some that's super fatty and some that's a little more
Yeah,
lean.
I
I
cut
mean,
my own usually, so
yeah.
they have lots of fat on them.
Yeah, no, listen, hey, I don't know. I had a problem staying in ketosis because of hydration issues. I had to
Well,
really change my hydration a ton. I was, drinking less than 48 ounces a day of fluids, and I almost doubled that, and it made a big difference.
yeah.
Because you can't be in ketosis and you can't burn fat when you're even slightly dehydrated. As a matter of fact, the way it was explained to me is when your liver senses dehydration, it actually makes your glucose higher so that you'll retain fluids, not lose anymore. Because if it keeps lowering your blood sugar and that, you start losing fluids. Then the final thing was, what does your blood work say?
I don't know because my doctor I'll be nice. My doctor's fired. Let's just say
On your
that.
labs.com.
So we're gonna have to
You
get
can
our
try to
own
draw your
blood
own
work.
blood.
That's what I'm gonna be doing.
Yeah.
And I actually went back to my functional medicine doctor recently, and she's basically still seems to think that I'm having a problem with my chronic candida that I've had. That's the reason why I'm on carnivore. So I'm not having as many symptoms, but I'm having still some signs that I have it,
Mm.
that is still a
Yeah.
problem. Okay. So it is like 75-80% better. I want to think it's gone and then it'll creep back. So
Yeah.
she's actually treating me for that right now. And when you have any sort of infection in your body, whether it's bacteria, fungal, whatever, your body is, can potentially hang on to that excess weight. So that could be it, but it's just it's hard to pinpoint, especially when it's you. Like, I
Yeah.
could probably look at me if I was outside of my body and say, "Hey, dummy, you're doing this," but then when it comes down to it, it's hard to do that to yourself.
I would definitely, you know, I would definitely check your blood because
Yeah, I'm going to.
um, if you see your A1C, when was the last time you had it checked?
I mean, like last year on my yearly visit.
Okay, so you had, yeah, I got you. And what was your like fasting insulin and
They
glucose
do
and everything and all
they
that?
don't test fasting insulin at a regular doctor.
Oh, so
So
you didn't
and
have,
this was before I was on carnivore, so
gotcha. I
it's
got you. I
basically
got
meaningless. This year, all they tested was they did what they wanted to do basically, and then they did my vitamin D and B12 that I'd asked them to add on to the normal
you.
labs, right? So, the labs that they wanted to do was guess what? They wanna know what my cholesterol is.
Of course, we can get you on
Surprise,
statins and everything
surprise,
else.
right? Surprise,
Yeah.
surprise. But what's funny is my, what is it? The, HDL triglyceride ratio was really good, and
Mhm.
so he, sent me a note and said, "Oh, I think we're good. We don't need to pursue any statins at this time."
Yeah.
Okay, good, because I wasn't gonna do that anyway.
Yeah. I totally understand where you're coming from there. Uh-oh, we have somebody. We have Lori from Carnivore Cheer, but she is invisible.
She said, "Will they ever stop
Um,
talking?"
Yes, you're gonna
um,
have to change your settings on your virtual background there, my dear, because
oh,
I think it's the fade level. But in the meantime, we we will listen to you. Do you know how to change your settings in the
yeah, yeah, I do. Can you hear me okay?
I hear you great. We can hear you just
Okay.
great, but we can't
Yeah,
see that beautiful face.
okay, let me
So,
try
uh,
to let me fix
what you
this.
talking about?
Sorry about that.
Yeah, I would. The other thing that you could do too is check if you care to like a Keto Mojo. Have you ever seen the Keto Mojos that test your blood sugar and ketones in your blood to see if you have if you're making ketones?
So I have a Keto Mojo,
Oh,
and my ketones are always very low, but that
mhm.
doesn't really mean a lot on carnivore. A lot of carnivores will run low. I mean, even Dr. Berry on his labs, um, I've heard several of them talk about, even Dr. Chafee's talked about how
Yeah,
sometimes you can run really low on those.
yeah, yeah. Well,
But I mean,
that's
it's not
good
like
though.
I'm going out eating a bunch of sugar, so I don't
Yeah,
see how I
yeah.
could possibly not. I mean,
Well, you would know if you're burning more fat. See, a guy, you
too
take
much
a guy like,
protein will still knock you out, so I think I'm probably eating too much protein.
but like for instance, if you take a guy like Chafee or a guy like Barry, if you look at them or if you're around them, they're pretty solid, muscular guys. I don't know what percentage of body fat Chafee is, but I mean it's low. And same
Mhm.
way with Dr. Barry. I mean, these guys work out, and I mean they're fit. So it would make sense to me that somebody like me that has a lot of weight to lose and is going to have a lot more fat to burn theoretically would make more ketones. I'm guessing. Obviously, I don't not an expert on these things than those guys, but at least you know you're in ketosis, I guess, to some degree. So,
Yeah, it's
uh,
just I don't know. I'll figure it
there's,
out.
but there's Lori. Lori is here with us.
Oh, hi.
Lori,
Yeah, so you can hi everybody. Hi, Nurse Kim. Hi. Hi, Russ. I know it's been a while.
Yeah, how you been? Where you been? What's going on?
Well, I'm doing okay. Being faithful to carnivore, and eating lots of beef and eggs and things like that. So that part is great. But I was laid off from work last week, so now I'm job hunting. So that's the bad part. But the good part is that I've been able to pay a little bit more attention to my channel, and so I've
Yeah.
got some new videos up, and
Oh,
I've been trying to look at some of the lighter, more humorous side of this carnivore journey. And I was thinking about how sometimes some of the terminology that I grew up with about dieting and everything is kind of funny to me now. Like people would say, do you want this type of food? Oh no, thank you. I'm dieting. And it's like, well, yeah, I'm dieting too. What kind of diet are you doing? Oh, I'm doing the kind of diet that where you eat stuff, because I was thinking that we're all on some sort of diet. So
yes.
it's kind of funny, and I remember somebody asked my mother once, how do you stay so slim and trim? Because she never gained weight. And she said, I watch what I eat. And with all due respect to my mother, I was thinking, I watch what I eat too. I watch the bacon sizzling in the pan. And so it's like, I have
Yeah.
a different perspective on some of these terms I grew up with, as far as like how we describe, trying to lose weight or eat, go on a diet or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's definitely, for me, it's a lifestyle change. It's definitely not
Yeah.
yes, we all have a diet. The proper human diet is
Yes.
what we hopefully is what we're trying to get everybody
Yeah.
to do. But yeah, it's definitely a way of life. It's a change of
Oh,
life.
for sure.
And for me, and so many other people, you have to just totally and completely unlearn basically everything you thought you knew about food and nutrition. I mean, it's basically like, people ask me about I say, okay, here's what you do. Everything you've ever learned about healthy food and nutrition and what you should eat to live and be healthy and strong, throw it all out the window.
Mhm.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Everything, pretty much that they're telling you is bad. All the fatty meats and the eggs and pizza, eat all of that.
Oh, I know, because I shunned bacon for years and years.
Yeah.
I stayed
Yeah.
away from eggs because people called them cholesterol pills,
Yes.
and
That's right.
bacon
They
was
are.
one of the worst things you could eat. And
Yeah.
now bacon
Here,
and eggs are
try
woo,
everything in this Crisco.
yeah. Oh yeah, yeah,
Can we get this Crisco?
yeah. Oh yeah. And then butter was another thing that was supposedly horrendously bad for us.
Yeah.
And thank goodness I don't eat margarine anymore. I never liked margarine. It tastes terrible.
Yeah. It's like, hey, throw that butter away and get you all the margarine you want. That'll yeah. I mean, it's nuts when you think about it, but it's one of those things. Shout out to Laura. Hey, sis, so good to see you. She's working late, I guess.
Okay.
Just finished my admission to what you finally turned yourself in for the crime of
She finally admitted it.
admission of guilt. It's not easy for some people. I mean, I
Oh,
talk to
yeah.
people all the time who are like, well, I'd like to try that thing, but man, everybody says it's going to kill me. And my doctor said it's going to kill me. And my mom said it's going to kill me. And everybody,
Oh,
my dad's got high cholesterol and we've got a history of heart disease. And I'm just like, oh man, but I get it because I
yeah.
used to be there. I haven't been doing this
Oh, yeah.
that long that I don't remember those feelings, those thoughts of, I mean, really, literally, I mean, I went into ketogenic living planning to die. I really did. But at the point that I decided to make the change, I was at a place where I was just ready to die anyway. I'm like, I'm going to die anyway. So
Oh, wow.
at least I'm
Yeah.
going to
Yeah.
die trying to fix it, you
Yeah.
know? And as opposed to dying doing what I've been doing all this time, no results. In fact, bad results.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, like I said, it's one of those things, and I don't understand. I get it, and you just keep fighting the good fight. You keep sharing your stories, try to share other people's stories, and give people the time and space they need to figure this thing out,
Oh,
and
yeah. Yeah.
and hope it's not too late in case it's some people wait too late.
Well, for
Uh,
me,
you know,
it almost took my life a couple of times. It
yeah,
took two kidney infections,
yeah,
high blood pressure, and the loss of my colon surgically to
mm,
help me to understand that I've got to do something different now. And
yeah,
of course, I wish I had done this 30 years ago, but
yeah,
better late than never. So I am extremely
absolutely.
grateful to have a better way of eating now because I'm healthier now, even though I don't have a colon anymore and I've had, two kidney infections. I feel better and
Yeah,
my weight is stabilized. So very grateful.
yeah, yeah. I saw you're muted there, Kim. I don't know how, but
Hi,
yeah,
Susan. I didn't see your comment earlier. I wasn't ignoring it.
yeah,
I
yeah.
somehow skipped over her.
I got you. Yeah, Darth was talking about. I've heard those different things, and like I said, man, hey, I love it. Try it. Hopefully, it works for you. I don't know how much what protein to fat ratio I'm at, but I'm
Yeah.
definitely north of 50%. I would say. I don't. I think.
So I thought I was higher than I am on fat. And what I've recorded the past 2 days is it amounts to about 45% fat.
Oh, that's not
Um,
enough. That
no,
could be a
no.
problem. You want to
Yeah,
get at least
exactly.
50-50 at least. And I've heard, I don't know if
I
it's
know.
true, I've
That's what I'm
heard
saying.
that women need a little more than men. I don't know because of hormonal things. I don't know if that's true. I've heard that in a couple different places. We've got Laura Russell in the chat, and she is a encyclopedia as well. But I know 45 isn't enough. I think 50 to 60
Yeah.
really is like a minimum. And I know people like Kelly Hogan and those are north of 70. Now she
Yeah,
works
I've
out.
been listening to her a lot.
Yeah, now she works out like a monster. So she's like 135 pounds of muscle. Shout out to Keto Barbie. That's what I called her that one time on a live stream. I said in the super chat, I said, shout out to Keto Barbie. But I love
Oh,
I don't know her, I've never met her. I hope to meet her someday. She helped me tremendously and has no idea her channel.
good.
Yeah,
Um,
same.
but
She's
for me, 70% would be a tough row to hoe for me, at least
mhm.
right now. The eggs, are about 50-50. That's what they say. And then I eat a lot of ground beef, which is going to be north of 50-50. And then, like I said, I don't eat chicken hardly ever. If I do, it's just dark meat only. Don't
And
eat
that's why I
pork.
wanna plug this stuff into
Yeah,
into the calculator or into
and
the, macros.
I eat a lot of mayonnaise too. I eat a
Mm.
lot of mayonnaise. Man, I put that junk on everything. You know what they say about about the Frank's hot sauce. I make tuna salad and salmon salad, and I get the 100% avocado oil mayonnaise from Costco,
Mhm.
and
Yeah,
I slather it
I've
on.
used it too.
I
I've
like
been
to mix that and Frank's. It's like my favorite
honestly,
dipping sauce.
mix Frank's with Alfredo sauce
Hmm.
and make like a creamy buffalo-y kind of Alfredo thing. And
Yeah.
then the only thing I mixed my mayonnaise with is mustard. I love to mix mayonnaise and mustard slather on my patties when I make hamburger stuff. But my chaffle game is large right now. And so I slather mayonnaise on my chaffles and with eggs or bacon. Like I'll make a big thick bacon, sandwich with my chaffles, and I'll slather it. So I get a lot of fat because mayonnaise is virtually all fat,
Yeah,
just
true.
eggs and oil. So I don't know, but I guarantee you I'm getting at least 50%. I can't imagine I'm not getting at least 50% fat.
Yeah,
But I don't
I
measure.
probably have to up mine too because I'm probably about 60-40 right now in favor of protein. And so even though I eat a lot more butter than I used to, because I was so fat phobic before that I was afraid to eat butter. Now I love butter,
Yeah.
but I think I have to up the fat ratio a little bit more.
Yeah, I don't eat a lot of butter. I eat a fair amount of bacon, although I'm sliding off bacon a little bit. But I save my bacon grease and I fry everything that I fry in bacon grease.
Oh yeah, I've
Like
done
some of
that
my
too.
eggs. Now my burger patties, I don't fry them in anything. I just put them in the big skillet and they just cook down. But
Yeah.
if I need to saute vegetables like onions or mushrooms or peppers, I'll use bacon grease. When I scramble eggs, I use bacon grease. When I make my steaks and stuff, I use olive oil, but that's because I'm the the bacon grease gets when it gets cold, it's a mess. So
Mhm.
when I'm trying to oil up my steaks and stuff, and it's kind of cold, and then it gets kind of clumpy, and it's just it's hard to do it with that. But um, so I'm really, again, I don't measure, but I'm sure I get plenty of fat. Oh, Sal showed up to the
Somebody-
cookout.
Yeah.
Oh, look who it is, everybody!
Well,
Yeah, it is my long lost brother, Hoosier Carnivore. Brother, how are you, man?
hi.
I'm
He's
doing
chilling
great.
in the meat locker.
That's
Yeah,
right.
I love that. Hook a brother up. Hook a brother up, man. You know.
I just
Listen,
went
last
live on
time
my
I
channel. I just went
Oh,
live
yeah.
on my channel. Now I know why there wasn't anybody there. Everybody's here at the cookout.
Hey, listen. Last time I talked to you, you were on the beach in Florida and had to go home. So,
That's right.
hey,
That's
listen. I don't know. I'm not trying to tell all your personal business out here. I should have probably asked before I.
Oh no, it's fine. I just did a little live update on my channel, kind of telling that story. So, yeah, I was going to go down for Carnivore Kip's cookout that he was having on Saturday the 6th, and that week leading up to it was my kids' spring break. So I'm like, well, let's go down to Pensacola, Florida. We'll spend 4 or 5 days down there, and then on our way home, we'll hit Carnivore Kip's cookout, and it'll be wonderful. And we get down there, and 12-hour drive, and then the next morning I get up and I get a call from my mother, who our cable went out, and she went down to the basement to see what happened, and there was 2 or 3 inches of water in the basement.
Oh dear.
Mm-mm-mm.
Oh.
So
Not
yeah,
good.
we ended up spending the day in Florida, going to the beach and doing some stuff, try to have a little bit of fun while we're there. And then we had dinner, and then we hauled ass back home. My wife, God bless her, she drove the whole 12 hours back so I could sleep in the car. And then as we rolled up into the driveway about 8 a.m., I jumped out and went straight to work on cleaning stuff out of the basement. And all I can say is thank God I'm a carnivore, because I had the strength and the endurance to go through just that 3 days of lifting heavy, wet stuff out of my basement.
Mm.
Oh.
Thank
dear.
God I'm
Sorry
a
to hear
carnivore. That sounds like
Right.
a
Thank God I'm a carnivore.
Well,
Thank God I'm a carnivore.
Yeah.
for those
Same
in
here.
Florida, a basement is never mind. But I'm from the O, baby, so I know what a basement is.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
There's no basements in Florida, man. Listen, you can't hardly dig a fence post without hitting water around here, man. So
Yeah. So yeah, our sump pump went out, and yeah, just as soon as we get 12 hours from home, something happens. So
man,
Mm.
yeah, that's the way it goes. It was
the moral of the story is don't have a house sitter.
Then you would never know.
thank goodness she was here, and
Yeah.
that the cable tripped a GFI outlet down here. The water did, and the TV went out, and otherwise she never would have come down to the basement for anything. We could have come home to a basement full of really bad mold, and that
Yeah.
would have
Oh
been a
yeah.
whole other
Oh,
ball of
wow.
worms. And I just thank goodness that it kind of happened the way it happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know,
Yeah.
my basement's looking pretty good now. So
Yeah. I was
Good.
gonna
bunch of
say,
stuff
it's
and
been full of mold. Hey, listen, just would have been discounts on penicillin for everybody. That's it. Just,
so little blessings,
love
little
that.
silver linings. We've got to try
Yeah.
to look at it in a positive light.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Well, shout out to Carnivore Kip. Hopefully, this barbecue was a success.
Ah,
Even though my man Brett, it couldn't have been that great if Brett wasn't there. So,
made
you
me
know,
sick to miss it. I didn't want to miss that, but
yeah.
well, it's what it is. Hopefully, I'll have one next year. Maybe I'll get to go next year.
Yeah. Shout out to my man Kip. Haven't caught up with him in a while. Hope he's doing well.
Hey, there's Scott.
Yeah. It's just one of those things. Hey, Carnivore Scott is in the building. Good to see you, Scott. So,
I missed getting to see him too. He was there at Carnivore Kips. I was going to get to meet him and the Browns.
who was there? Oh, say that again. I mean,
The Browns.
oh,
The
gotcha.
Browns, they were there too.
Oh,
Hanging
gotcha.
with the Browns.
I think I'm in the Carolinas somewhere, maybe.
Yeah, they're I think in North Carolina or South Carolina. They drove in for it.
Yeah. I know you're talking about. I think they're from the Carolinas. So yeah. So how many people was it? Sounds like it was a. Did they? I'm sure they did some streaming in that, or did some.
Yeah, there's some stuff on his channel. Go check it out.
Yeah, I'll
I think, he
definitely
had
do
about,
that.
I think he had about 25, 30 people.
Yeah, I love that, man. Yeah, shout out to Carnivore
Wow.
Kip, man. He's one of my favorite dudes. Well, somebody that I watched early on when I first came into ketogenic living. Watched him, and I really just a good dude. I like his energy. He's funny. So yeah, shout out to Carnivore Kip, and I'm sure
Yeah.
he was throwing up a storm, smoking up everything. I said one time he smoked a pair of flip flops. I sure would think about eating them. I'm just
Absolutely.
They would have a nice rub on them for sure.
yeah, I'd be like, were they used or new? Were they used or new? It's like, you know, it's like, if they were new, I'd have to take a bite, man. I tell you, that's yeah, man. No, that's great. I'm glad everybody's safe and sound back there in Indiana.
Yeah.
And KetoCon is coming up next month. That is hard to believe. I will be there at KetoCon. I think you'll be there around there, Brett. There'll be a bunch of people. Shout out to Christy, I think, said she'll be there meeting wellness. I know my man Todd Bachnes is going to be there, Carnivore Cure and Lindy, and just a bunch of people. So it should be a great time. I think Carrie and Adam are going to be around there lurking in the weeds.
Yeah.
You know, so it should be fun. And
Bella,
all
the
the events
steak
are,
butter thing, they'll be there.
yeah, all the keto events are just fun. It's just great to meet people in person that you see, you know, on YouTube and that, and just fellowship with everybody. And it's always cool to be around just like-minded people that, you know, are all trying to pull the rope the same way, man, in this battle against big pharma and big agriculture and all the deception and lies that we get. So it's just to recharge your batteries up and get excited about going out there to share our lives, share our stories, and hopefully change some lives, maybe even save a few, you know. Unless you're like Nurse Kim, who just saves lives every day, which that's just,
That's
you know,
right.
Not
that's-
every day.
she's like, when I was young and in my prime, I used to do it all the time.
I mean, I still do it from time to
I know.
time, but you know,
Yeah.
every day's not that exciting.
Yes.
I mean, you
yes.
know, we want to stay away from that kind of excitement anyway.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. No. I totally understand. I didn't know if there were any other. Were there any more questions? I think. Laura asked a question. Oh man, listen. Pop Redden is back home in North Carolina, doing as well as can be expected. And my biological dad is, you know, home recuperating, doing well. My Uncle Joe, I need to check on him. He's 91, broke his hip, man. I mean, it's just it's crazy all the stuff that happened all at once. But you know, he's in a skilled nursing facility and doing pretty well. But just you it's one of those things. I mean, it's he's 85 years old. He's definitely on the back nine of life, and at 85, and so you just try to make sure he's comfortable, well cared for, and that's pretty much it. But I appreciate you asking, sis. And Laura will be with us next week, I do believe. I have to check the schedule. I think she'll be with us next week. And looking forward to that. Always have a great time with her. She's such a wealth of information, and she's just like such a cool person. So looking forward to being with her. But what's new coming up on your channel, Brett? Anything? I said you made a video you said tonight about your flooding thing, but anything new and exciting? I know you've always got a fast or a challenge or a 75-mile hike or something going on, brother. What are you doing?
So, well, first of all, I'm having a meetup. It's coming up in a couple weeks. It's going to be at Wolfie's Grill at Geist Reservoir here in Indianapolis at 11 a.m. on Saturday, April 27th. All you have to do is email me at HoosierCarnivore@gmail.com. Just let me know you're coming, or heck, just show up. That'd be fine. We got about 17 people signed up to go. So it should be really good time. So if you're around the Indiana area and want to come out, we'll be happy to see you. And I started only thing really new thing going on with me other than going to Hack Your Health, and I can't wait to go there and shake your hand. Is I started the Lion Diet. I'm on day 8 of doing Lion.
Yeah, I love that.
So it's going good. I wanted to see if I could kickstart some more weight loss, and so far it's worked pretty good.
I was inspired by. Yeah, man, you inspired me, and I'm going to start. I've started a fasting program.
How fast you going?
It's a night fasting. Some people call it sleep. I call it night fasting. And so I'm not eating anything at all when I sleep, and I wake up in the morning and I feel great.
And do you break your fast in the morning?
About noon. Yeah, right. No, listen, man, we'll have to get together because I will be up there in September. Good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise, as they say. So around the 3rd Thursday of September, I'll be up there that week. I'll have to check the dates. And if you're an organizer and you can put things together, I have been known to finance things in my every once in a while. So listen, if you can organize and pull things together, and you need somebody to bankroll some stuff, man. I mean, we can, we can put a little meetup together, something, man. Maybe cater something, or we'll talk about it, man. If you're down to do that, the Dayton. I certainly plan on being in Indiana, but I'll be around Dayton, the Dayton area.
Sure.
Mostly.
Yeah,
but
Dayton's only 2 hours away. So
yeah, I do plan, like I said, I haven't been to Anderson in years. And I've got horses racing out there. And I definitely want to come out to Anderson this year, which is only 30 miles from Indy or something like that.
Yep.
So and that's up your way too, because you're northeast of or northwest, or you northeast or northwest of
northeast. So.
Okay, so that's up your way. You're up that way. You're Fort Wayne area, is that right?
No, I'm on the northeast side of Indy.
Gotcha. You're actually in Indy.
25 minutes for me to get to Anderson.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So man, if you want to put something together, I don't even know. Even at the track, I was going to say, if you that could work. Maybe Saturday night or Friday night, at the track. If we can, put something. Maybe I don't know where we'd have a private group though. I haven't been there in years. Maybe they have some rooms, but the way it's put together, it's not the best for a big group to be isolated.
Yeah.
But I'm down for whatever, man. So we'll put it together. If you think it's something you want to do,
maybe we could get a group of people together and we'll go wreck a Foco de Chao or something. Go wreck a Brazilian steakhouse.
Yeah, they have a big buffet there at the casino.
Oh,
So, and on the weekends they used to. I don't know if they do anymore, but I haven't been there, like I said, in many years. But they used to have prime rib and stuff like that. It's a casino and a racetrack, and they have big concerts. So you've been there, I'm sure.
oh yeah,
So,
one time. Yeah.
yeah, so and of course with being a buffet style, it's a nice place. There's plenty of meat choices, and for people who do occasionally dabble in the dark side, the dark underworld of the vegetable. We want to have something for them too. Okay, this is a big tent, big tent. Somebody might
Yeah.
feel an urge for some, asparagus or something.
Well, it won't just be carnivores only. It's keto,
Yeah, it's
keto,
ketogenic.
carnivore, keto, whatever your flavor.
Anything that I'm part of, it's ketogenic, man. I mean, I'm a ketogenic guy. I eat carnivore probably 60% of the time. And I still season with vegetables a lot. But yeah, I come one, come all, big tent. And that's not too far from you either, Kim. Indy?
It's quite a distance. It's about, I
Lexington,
think it's about 6
Lexington to
hours.
Indianapolis?
Huh?
From Lexington to Indianapolis?
I think it's about 6 hours.
Lexington's about 3.5.
3.5?
Lexington, Kentucky. Yeah.
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 I thought
Yeah,
it
it's
was
not
more
too
than
bad.
that.
It's 2 hours to Louisville and then another hour to Lexington. Usually.
Well,
Yeah.
I went there a couple
Kim's
times.
antisocial anyway. Kim's
way
like,
to
let's just keep this
Champaign, Urbana. Oh my goodness, it's like 3 hours. Huh.
There you go. See? So you have no excuse.
Not too
Depends
bad.
on how you go. If you go I-75 and I-74, it's 3 hours.
Listen,
And
I will hook you up. I got connections. I know some people. I'll send the guy over to pick you up. He's got a camel. He'll be there in 2 or 3 months. How about that?
Oh, you really know how to make a girl feel special.
I got you, man. Listen, he'll hoist you up on that thing, man. If I let him know now, if we plan this in for September, you'll be right about on time. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So, okay, I have to ask y'all this because I got to rewind because I couldn't get in there. All right. So, when y'all go to those Brazilian steakhouses, is it not weird that they bring the meat out and they just walk through a crowd of people?
I knew where this was going.
No, I can't do
that. I knew where this was
actually
going.
had to leave at Keto Palooza because we were out to eat, me and Nicole and literally the rest of Keto Palooza. We were all at a table. And I'm like, between them swinging the meat around the place and getting it up in people's faces. Okay, stop, Russ. Just stop. Anyway, between them doing that,
listen, for the record.
Me like being like skeeved out just by being sitting that close to a bunch of people I didn't know. I'm weird like that, I guess. I don't know, but it didn't appeal to me, and it made me feel weird. And I was like, I don't think I'm gonna go.
I want to make it very clear to everyone, especially those that were at Keto Palooza with me. I was not swinging my meat around anywhere. Okay, I just wanted to make it very clear. I don't know
this
what
is
kind
a
of
G-rated show, Russ.
I don't know what
the rules, okay?
I don't know what you were doing at Keto Palooza, but there was no meat swinging that anywhere that I was involved in. So
Russ has got to swing at all those slow pitches you were giving to
so hey Brett. Hey Brett. So this Brazilian steakhouse, where people were swinging meat around, I don't know anything about it. So I don't.
It was everywhere. It was just. It didn't look appealing to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a snob.
Well, they have different types of. They have chicken, they have beef, they have steaks, they have lamb.
I know. They brought it all out and just ran it through the crowd.
On like a spit, like they put it in a thing, that turn, and then they take that out and they walk around the tables and then
they walk through the crowd, which I thought was really gross.
Well, at least I guess it depends on how you look. You look at it. Is it the air? It's like the concept of people's hot breath,
hair,
sneezing. I work in the medical field. Okay, there's things that, I mean, you just
Airborne
watch these
viruses.
forensic shows. You watch these forensic shows. A person can't even be in the vicinity of another person and not leave a trace that they were there. So I don't want your traces on my meat.
Hey, I know what you mean because I've been
That's
around people with
gross.
some garlic breath. I think they could season meat with that hot garlic breath. I've had some, and they want to get up on you and say every word you can think of with a H, like, hey, how you doing? How's you been? How's your mama been? Holler, and you're like, man, if you don't get off me with that hot fire breath kicking me like Jackie Chan, I mean, I'm just like, I know exactly what you mean.
Carb breath right there.
I
That's
guess
straight
I
up
get
carb
it.
breath.
I guess I
Because
get it, but
carnivores don't have that breath, and our pits don't
oh,
stink either.
I was at Keto Palooza. Not everybody there was minty fresh. And listen, somebody might be saying the same thing about me, but I guess it depends on when you catch me. If you catch me after lunch or something, maybe I might have been.
Well, you didn't
Oh,
stink up my truck, so
there you go.
I
I
can
didn't
vouch
steam it
for
too much.
you.
Yeah.
It did not smell bad.
Well, thank you, sis. I appreciate that. At least publicly that you said that. I haven't been to a Brazilian steakhouse, but I have been to other types of places where they bring things around or whatever. So, okay, if you're at a table in the front of the restaurant and they bring your dinner to you from the kitchen in the back of the restaurant, do you get the same skeevy feeling?
No.
So it's just the concept of
I don't know why. I can't explain. It's
not
not
enough
always
fat in your diet. Not
rational.
enough fat. That's not enough fat in
No,
your diet.
it's
That's
just,
what it.
listen, it's just not always rational.
Yeah.
I do actually have a little bit of a diagnosis of OCD, but we're going to forget about that because that was pre-carnivore and I feel much better now. So I don't think I actually have that as much, but I just think it's gross. I don't know. Maybe it's a little
Well, I
OCD,
guess
maybe
okay,
not.
okay. I'm gonna help you out here, sis. Because I guess I understand it, I can get this. If they're bringing your dinner out from the back of a restaurant all the way to the front, walking past everybody and through
They're
everybody,
holding it,
it's one
up.
thing to stop at everybody's table and sit it on everybody's table. Because yes, if the wrong guy coughs too hard, it
If
clears his
anybody
throat.
coughs,
Yes, if they aggressively clear their throat, then perhaps there could be airborne respiratory. I got you. Well,
I've
then,
been around a lot of nasty people. I'm just
oh
telling you.
my.
I
Well,
mean,
you did tell, meat swinging and all.
I
But
know how gross people can be. They're
well,
just
I
gross
am
sometimes.
okay. I think maybe here's a better way. Because you're my girl. I got to rock with you. I got to find a way to rock with you on this, sis. Okay, so maybe it's the same concept as people who don't like buffets.
Yes, it's exactly that
They feel
concept.
like,
Because I don't like buffets either. If it's a
everybody,
fresh
yeah,
buffets, yes.
maybe that's it. Because everybody's like, oh, everybody's touched that handle, and I go, okay, well, nobody stuck the handle in the food. I mean, it's a spoon. I mean, I don't
The fountain,
understand.
the chocolate fountain at what's that place called?
The Golden Corral.
Yeah, Golden Corral chocolate fountain. That's the worst.
Yeah. Well, I understand people are definitely different. I don't have a problem with any of that stuff. I'm going to tell a funny story, then I'm going to wrap it up. And this is a true story that happened to me at a restaurant. I'm not going to name the restaurant just for the sake, but this is a restaurant that is well known, and especially in the South. I was in there having lunch with a friend of mine. They had a nice little lunch buffet that we enjoyed, and we were in there sitting in a booth, and there was probably 30 people in there. We were all seated kind of close to each other, and the biggest rat that I have ever seen came hauling ass out of the kitchen and ran up under the buffet. I mean, he wasn't no baby. I mean, he was somebody's grandpa. That was somebody's big uncle. Okay. It was like he wasn't.
Granddaddy rat.
Yeah, no. He was somebody's papa rat. Okay. Boom. I mean, and he boom underneath the buffet. And I saw it, and the person I was with saw it, and about 7 others, and they were like, "Oh my gosh, oh my gosh!" And one of the waitresses, saw people kind of riled up and went up and said, "What's going?" And we were, simultaneously, like 10 of us were trying to explain at the same time. A big rat ran underneath the buffet, and blah blah. She went and got the manager, and there was a guy over there, and he had a plate full of food. I mean, he was getting it in. And he came and he goes, "This is outrageous. I can't believe this. What kind of foul, nasty kitchen are you guys cooking in? And what kind of cleanliness?" And the manager says, "Okay, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, everyone. All the food is on the house. Everything is free." And this guy said, "Oh, I'm gonna get me another piece of chicken." He went to the buffet and
Oh my
and went
God.
down and sat down. He heard the magical word, "This is free." And listen, I got news for you. Nobody left the restaurant. Nobody left the
Oh
restaurant.
my God. That's bad.
But it was good. The food was good. And they figured, hey, we're here already. We've already been eating. So what's the worst that can happen now?
I figured you were going to say that they said, "Oh, our pet rat got out."
No. She came out, she was apologizing profusely, and people were still grousing at her. "Oh, this is ridiculous." So she said, "Everything is free. Everything is free. It's all the checks." And then people were like, "Oh, okay." And everybody's
Okay.
Suddenly
Well,
okay
yeah.
with it.
yes, man. It was hilarious. And of course, me being the clown that I am, clearly, I thought it was hilarious. I about peed myself, man.
Hey,
So
Terry.
hey, what's going on?
Carrie,
Man? Well, having
You're
said
at
that,
home, but it's free.
yeah, we have fulfilled our contractual obligations to the family tonight.
Yes, yes.
I want to thank our wonderful friend Lori at Carnivore Cheer. Got to check her out. Like, subscribe. My meat eating brother, who's your carnivore brother. Brett's good to see you, man. Always good to see you. My ride or die, Nurse Kim. She is the best. Love you, Nurse.
I'm the best OCD friend he's ever had.
Hey, don't take her to a Brazilian steakhouse, whatever you do. And I'm your man, Homesick Buckeye. Hope you enjoyed the show tonight. Hope you found something to laugh at, chuckle about. We try to lift your spirits, keep a smile on your face. And we will see you next week right here Tuesday night on the Keto Cookout. We grilling, baby.
we grilling.
We grilling, baby.
Grilling. Thank you.
Bye, guys.